and welcome to Real Conversations with Kim Brown. Welcome, 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 welcome. Good evening to you all tonight. I'm so glad you decided to join me. Listen, this week has been a week, y'all. I'm telling you, I know you can hear my voice is a little bit cracky. When I tell you it's been a week, but I'm here. I'm excited. You tuned in. Real Conversations with Kim Brown. Real Conversations with Kim Brown. Real Conversations with Kim Brown. Hey, listen, that's gonna be my little theme music. We working on it. Me and Joe, my engineer, we've been talking about it. We gonna get it together. Listen, I'm so glad y'all tuned in with me this week. Welcome to Real Conversations with Kim Brown. Good evening to you all. Today is a very special show for me. We're gonna be talking about mother-daughter relationships. Yes, yes, yes. As y'all can see, I got a special guest in the building with me tonight. For those of you who already know, I got my legacy, my baby, Michaela's in the building. Hey, hey. That's my daughter. Say hi, Michaela.
Hey, y'all, hey.
You got to talk louder than that.
Hey, y'all, hey.
Yes, come on through, sis. Let them hear you. So listen, tonight we're going to be talking about the dynamics of the mother-daughter relationship. As I just introduced you guys to my baby girl, I ain't going to say her nickname on here because I don't want to embarrass her. But I thought it was necessary in this point in time, just in everything that we've been dealing with, particularly the pandemic, but then also too, just this generation of children, the generation of youth that we're raising. I thought it was necessary to discuss this, particularly in the Black community. There is a complexity, a strain, if you will, on the mother-daughter relationship. And I can think back to even when I was a kid and some of the things that I used to think and how I used to think and some things I didn't used to understand. And now as a woman and a mother now, it all makes sense. So first and foremost, let me start with this because I know my mother is watching. If she ain't tag her in the comments, Patricia Wilkes, first and foremost, I want to say to the public, I thank God for my mother, Pastor Patricia Wilkes, awesome woman of God. Listen, I am living out her prayers till this day. I just want to publicly honor her first and foremost for her womanhood, for her mothering, even till now. Still mothering me. 35 years old, she's still mothering me. And there's some things that I understand now as a mother about some of the sacrifices that she had to make and some of the things that she went through. And now as a mom, it's come full circle. So I feel it only necessary and not only necessary, but right to salute her. And I want to say, I thank God for you, woman of God. I want you to know there's not a day that go by that I do not think about all that you sacrificed for me. I ain't gonna go there with tonight. And that I'm not thankful for everything that you laid down so that I could be the woman I am today. And I think back to being a child and how I bucked up against the brick and how, for lack of a better word, I may have made your life hell at some point. I want to apologize to you on my show, on Real Conversations with Kim Brown. I want to apologize to you and tell you to forgive me for all the days that I made you cry, for any time that I made life difficult for you. I want you to know that I thank God for you. I honor you. And I'm so blessed to have a mother like you. And I want you to know I understand clearly everything that you sacrificed, everything that you did. And it's so important for me to protect your legacy, but then to give it off to my children in an even greater way. So I just wanted to do that, y'all. Yeah, I'm already starting. I told y'all to bring y'all daughters because today we going deep. We got to discuss some things. We really do, because I recognize that the complexity of the dynamic of the mother-daughter relationship is so many layers. But also, because we have not taken time to really dissect, to talk about, to understand, we have done some damage, y'all. Ooh. there has been some damage done that has been transferred from generation to generation, and we got to fix it. We got to do what's right to bring it back, to fix it, to make sure that we're not damaging our daughters. There's some things we got to let them know about who we are. There's some things they have to understand about us, our history, our past. There's some things that we have to really help them through. And then there's some areas where we got to do this. Yeah. We got to take our hands off. We got to take some step back. We have to allow them to develop, and we have to have some acceptance. So I got my baby in the studio with me tonight. I got my baby here with me, y'all. Listen, let me tell y'all something. This young lady is phenomenal. I don't want to make no mistake about it. I got to give her flowers because I recognize today how important it is to honor those who you love, to let them know how special they are to you. Listen, Michaela, I want you to know that I prayed for you. Yes, before I had you, lot was going on in life. I was a broken young girl trying to figure out what my life was going to be like, trying to understand what life would look like for me. And I remember that I prayed for you. And I asked God, because I wanted something to love, right? I wanted something to take care of. I wanted something for me. And looking back now, I understand how that was a huge prayer to pray. But I want you to understand that not only are you so special to me, as all my children are, but you have a special significance in my heart because before you, I did not have purpose. I didn't have an understanding of what purpose was. When I had you, you changed the trajectory of my life. I was going nowhere fast. When I had you, it was like a light bulb moment, right? You gave me purpose. You brought so much life to me. Also because they told me I shouldn't have you because of my health issues, right? I want you to understand that I love you deep. Listen, I love you deep because before you, I did not have no purpose. I want you to know that the pride that I have in my heart, every time I look at you, you make my heart smile. Your mother loves you, proud of you. There's nothing that you could ever do that will make me not love you. The way you have weathered the storms of life with me and have stood with me, even though that's not your responsibility, baby girl, I want you to know you a force to be reckoned with. Listen, I brought you on my show here today because I want to love on you. And I want to raise a necessary conversation with my viewers about how we as mothers, as women, have a responsibility to esteem our daughters. We have a responsibility to make sure that we are leaving you guys with a legacy, right, that's healthy. So we're going to get into it. Look, I've been telling myself all week I was not going to come in here. But see, the one thing you got to know about Kim, Real Conversations with Kim Brown, I'm not afraid. When God tell me to do something, I'm going to do it, right? Because, see, I got to make sure everything that he charged me to do, I do it, and I do it 100%. I want to make sure my legacy is solid. I want to make sure everything that I do, he smiled on it, he put his hand on it. When he put this subject in my heart, I was like, I don't want to do that. God, you already know I'm emotional. But it was important for me to do on my platform in front of my viewers because I understand that this is a teaching moment as well. We are responsible to esteem our daughters. We're responsible to break generational curses, right? That's not only in the areas of money and poverty and wealth. We're talking about breaking generational curses around the board. Give me some hands, Joe. Listen, I'm telling you, this week has been rough all week because I know the enemy did not want me to touch this, but I'm bringing it. And I want y'all to know I'm walking heavy tonight. I'm walking heavy tonight because I ain't scared. You hear me? So first and foremost, we know historically that there's a lot that can be said about the mother-daughter relationship, right? We can go back in history. We can talk about slavery. There's so many connections that we can make to justify or explain some of the things that we deal with, right? So I got my notes. Y'all know when I put the glasses on. And look, I got my cup. I got my hot tea. It's really hot water. And I put me a couple holes in it because I want to stay lubricated. Hold on. Y'all already know me. Let me put my glasses on. So listen. So some of the things that I've noticed in myself, like as it relates to my relationship with my daughter as she's growing, I've identified some things. Yes. Okay. There's some things I identified that I have to deal with, and I want to elevate with you guys tonight. So I want y'all to hit the comments. Baby mama, I know you on. Kalia, hit the comments. Engage the people. Share, share, share. You know what I mean? Tag your people and tag your mothers, your daughters. Excuse me. We're going to keep going. Tag your mothers, your daughters, right? Because we want to hear what you guys have to say about this as well. So here's a few key things that I identify that we deal with, right, in the category of mother-daughter relationship, okay? Number one, we deal with guilt. We deal with a lot of guilt. We have a lot of shoulda, woulda, couldas as it relates to decisions that we make, right, concerning our daughters. Even sometime in relationships, what we allow them to see us go through, right? Guilt, that's number one. Number two, shame. We deal with a lot of shame in the mother-daughter relationship. Oh, we gonna uncover it all. It's okay, sis. Don't worry about it. I got you. Number three, competition. Listen, I told y'all we gonna talk about it. I told y'all over here on Real Conversations with Kim Brown, we ain't scared of the truth. Number four, envy. You can say envy and jealousy. Those can go hand in hand. Yeah. And finally, number five, strife. Oh, yeah. So I got my baby girl. Well, she's not the baby girl. Shout out to Madison. I got my baby in here, my oldest, and I want to talk with her. I want to hear some of her perspective, and we want to talk about some of the complexities as it relates to these things we just named, right? So, Michaela, I want to hear from you. Tell me from your perspective, what do you think? And you don't have to be specific to our relationship if you don't want to, but just in general, if you want, and if you do, that's fine too. What do you think are some of the things from your perspective as a child, as a daughter, are issues in a mother-daughter relationship?
Oh my gosh. Like for real?
For real.
Listening. That is listening. It's so
Listen, okay.
Because it's like you want me to hear you out, you got to hear me out too. You know, can't be talking over me because I want to talk, you want to talk, we both got to talk. Probably like, you said competition, but like, do that go with jealousy too? Yeah, because I be seeing some videos on TikTok, I be like, oh my God, like, that is so bad. That's probably it, really, because that listening is like a really big thing for me. Like,
that's it?
Yes.
I know you got more to say to
Ma,
that.
I swear I don't, because
listen.
I really got no problems. Oh, boundaries.
That's a good one.
Yup.
That's a good one. Now listen, since you started with that one, now you got to dip off into it. No, you got to dip off into it. Boundaries. Okay, talk about that. Tell me, what boundaries do you think should be had in the confines of a mother-daughter relationship? Give me one.
To me, oh my, Ooh, probably like, I don't know.
Come on.
I know boundaries is a big thing, but like when I say boundaries, I'm saying like, all right, give me some time, you know, like, but yeah. Oh, and another thing for me, like, besides like boundaries, when y'all apologize, that little, y'all don't be physically apologizing. That little, come get something to eat, you hungry, let's go on the trip. That is not apologizing.
She blasted us, y'all.
Like, I'm just trying to tell you this right now. Like, y'all really be trying to push it. Like,
Look,
that
she
ain't
got my engineer Joe over here laughing. She blasted the moms, y'all. She said, tell her to get something to eat. You want to go on a trip. You want to go shopping. That's not an apology.
It's not.
Tell us what you need, sis. Tell us what's an apology.
Not to me, because I don't, what is it called? What's that word? I'm not a person like, not affectionate, but like all that.
Lovey-dovey.
That's not for me. That's not for me. Like, just tell me sorry and keep it moving. You know what I mean? Like, all of that other stuff is just extra for me. Like, not saying that crying, like, I feel you what you saying, like, man, that's crazy. But to me, it just be like, all right, bro. Like, you don't got to do all of that. Because to me, like, when I apologize, I'm going to just say sorry. You keep moving by my day. Like, you're not finna get this long drawn out. I apologize for my action. I'm sorry I did this, and that. Like, no, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Like, not on no rules. It's just like, that's just how I am. I mean, not saying everybody might be like that, but I'm pretty sure, like, I'm just not really like, oh, give you a hug, give me a kiss.
Well, that's the one thing I can say. No, you're not like that. And I got to tell you, that's like one of the hardest things to learn your love language and to kind of deal with you on that level, because you're not that way. And I am. I'm all like, come give me a hug. I want to, let me make it better. Then I have to remember you 14. So it ain't no more kiss your boo-boos and all that. That's over with.
I mean, like, sometimes, like, I might joke around because I'm real sarcastic. I'll be like, I hurt myself, kiss it, But, like, no, like, I should be playing. Like, I don't be.
Okay.
Like, just fist bump it. Just keep moving. It's like, pound it.
Now, you said something. Now, you talked about boundaries, right? Now, when I think about boundaries, I think about, okay, maybe you might feel like going to your room or going through your stuff.
Oh, my gosh, yes. Please do
or
not
going
do
through
that.
your phone.
Please. Going through my phone, I mean, I understand because, you got to keep your child protected. But, like, whatever. But I feel like it shouldn't be so much to the point where I feel like I don't have my room. You know what I mean? It shouldn't be so much to the point where I feel like I don't have the space to venture out. It shouldn't be so much to the point where I feel like, dang, I can't do that. I can't do this. I can't do that.
Oh, I can't be the hover mom?
No. What? I mean, it's do what you want to do, but okay. Because, I mean, to me, it's the part I really don't care at this point. It's just,
you got to speak up, babe.
It's at the point where I really don't care at this point. It's just like, all right, that's like, it's like I learned to adapt. Like, this is how you are. Either like it or get out, like not get out, but like either like it or you don't have no phone. Either like it or find something else to do, But like, just like whatever. I mean, to me, because it's not a big thing for me. Just like, okay. It's like, gotta give it up. Okay.
So speaking on the subject of like boundaries, for me, one of the biggest things, and I think maybe be true for all moms, is not wanting their children to go through or experience some of the things that they have, right? Now, I'm going to say for me, one of my biggest things with my girls and all my kids really being a hover mom is because I experienced sexual molestation in my youth, right? And that was not my mother's fault. It was not, that type of situation, but just always wanting to have that watchful eye and making sure that I got my eye on my kids. I know who they with. I keep y'all close because, it's predators in the world everywhere. But I recognize now that, what's better to do is communicate and teach as opposed to being hover. And then the rest of it, I have to leave up to God. You know what I'm saying? Because I do understand, too, that, our fears will become our reality. You know what I'm saying? Our fears will become our reality if we continue to covet it like that. So that's something that I'm learning as well. Another thing I wanted to talk about in the list that I gave you guys in the beginning was guilt, right? I know for me, I'm telling y'all, the enemy been on me all week. I know for me and my mothering, like when it comes to certain things, I'm an overthinker. So I experience a certain level of guilt, right? And in that guilt, sometimes it comes out different to you guys, right? And particularly you, because you're the oldest. And so you get the brunt of a lot, right? And I've had to learn that my role as a mother is really, I'm your mom, right? To protect, provide, take care of you, all that stuff. But I'm only human, right? And so for so long, I had this idea of wanting, perfection or trying to be a certain person before you or, so what I'll say is this. I think I had to be about 16 or 17 when I started to separate my mom from the woman. Because that's the whole thing. I think I had to be about 16 or 17 when I had that moment where I was like, oh, she not only my mama, she's a woman. Like, she's a whole person. Like, it's Patricia, then there's my mom.
16?
I had to be about 16. And listen, no, I'm being for real with you guys. This is a real nugget. Because it made me, what it did was, as long as I had the view of them two being one and the same, I incurred a lot of hurt because that I blamed on her, that it wasn't hers, because I did not realize she was a woman. She was my mom, but she was a woman, right? And because of that, she was moving through life, experiencing, learning, and growing just like I was. And so one of the things for me that's been very important since I've got that revelation and that understanding is for you to see, yeah, I'm your mom, but I'm just a woman. I'm only human. So even though I'm 35, like, it psychs me out, y'all. I'm 35 with a whole 14-year-old. I be tripping, like, I still feel like I'm like 17. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had those moments like, I'm out here. I'm out here, Then I'll be like, somebody be mommy. Who is your mama? Me? Oh. No, for real. When you be mom, be like, where's your mama?
I do not sound like that.
Well, you don't sound like that. I'm just saying, you be mom. I'll be like, where's your mama? This is what I be thinking. For real, I be thinking like, who is your mama? And I have to be reminded that I am your mom. So in understanding that, I'm like, man, I wonder if my mom had those moments. I'm sure she did.
Probably.
Yeah, of course she did. She had a whole responsibility of children, and she was a mom. And so for me, it's important for me to show you, like, I am your mom, but I'm only human. I'm just a woman. I'm moving through this world, learning and growing just like you are. And I'm trying to get better at not only showing and communicating that, but then where I make errors, to talk to you about them. It might take me a minute to come back and apologize or whatever, but to just be real and raw and be honest, because that's who I am, to be myself. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to display this fake or this facade. I want to be the same mama at home and the same mama at the church or wherever I am. And I want you to be like, yeah, that's my mama. She the same everywhere. What you think about that? I see you over there. What that mean?
Baby, please. Like, that was real funny.
What was funny?
Because not the same mama I am at home as I am here. Now,
What that mean?
you get on that phone, it's, hi, it's Miss Brown.
Well, that's the work mom.
And then you talking to me like, it's like, come on, dog, go say it so they can hear what you're saying on that phone.
Listen, that's the work mom. That's the work mom. I have to be professional.
No,
I'm talking about in general. Like, I want you to know my heart is the same. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, it's not gonna change.
It do. For some people, it is.
That's weird.
For some people, it is. So this is what I want to talk about. I want to deal with how there is, or bring some understanding, or maybe even some clarity to the whole idea of competition when it comes to mother-daughter. Yes, I got to raise this one point, because I think what happens is, and this was a revelation I had to have, like, you're my daughter, I love you, you came from me. The reality is, you're going to be a better woman than I ever am. Right? You are. You are going to, everything that you do is going to be greater than me. Right? And that's not for me to envy or to be jealous of. It's for me to be proud of because you came from my loins. You came from me. Right? And I also understood that too when, as I'm co-parenting with your dad, because I had to realize, like, listen, there may be another woman or his life, or he may go move on. And I got to be comfortable with you establishing relationships with other people. Oh, listen, we going to have a real, Joe, give me some hands. Give me some hands. Let me get my cup. Because, Joe, you know when I feel a little resistance, I got to get some help over here. Because, listen.
Can I take these off?
Listen, for so long, sometimes we are conditioned to have this mindset or to feel like somebody's going to take our place as a mother, right? When that's a fallacy. Like, this is my daughter. She came from me. There's nobody else can be her mother. She got my DNA, my blood running through her veins. That's a fact, right? I'm okay with passing the baton and trusting other people who can help her mature and grow. I'm okay with that because at the end of each and every day, when you see her, you see me.
Period.
Period.
And
when you see her, you see me.
Yes,
That's
ma'am.
it. That's all. And so once I understood that, I got comfortable with, you know, you got your Auntie Erica, you got your Gigi, you know what I'm saying? You got your stepmom. I'm okay. And I know that all of these people are important to you. And I'm all right with that. Because, baby, one thing you can't never get rid of is that face. It's okay, babe. You look like your mama.
Ma, I don't.
You do.
No, we don't look alike.
We do. It's okay. We're not going to argue
Ma,
about it, though.
we don't.
Joe done said it. Joe, listen, my engineer is the truth. And I'm going to sip my water.
We don't look alike. But okay.
So talk to me about, because in your generation, we got this new thing, which is the internet, social media all over.
Ugh.
Talk to me about what are your thoughts or what you have seen when it comes to competition, or what you understand about it, or what are your thoughts? What did you think about it?
It was so sad to me. I'm like, it's really parents out here like this. I'm like, y'all for real hating on y'all children. Like, that is so dirty. Because to me, I think about it like, you birthed them. You're going to raise them to be the person that you always wanted to be, which is better. But you, at the end of the day, you still want them to be human. Like, why would you hate on them? That just really does not make sense to me. Like, it's just so goofy. Like, it's odd. Like, for real, made me think your parent, like, you made me think that you my age. Like, that was so goofy. It made me want to argue with your parent. I just be like, oh my God. Because she was like straight dead arguing with her child. Telling her like, you're not going to graduate. Like, and watch, she graduated. Like, period, as you should. But I'm like,
How does that make a kid feel, though? What does it produce in your mind when or could you speak on it? Because I don't know if I've ever made you feel that way.
no. To me, I feel like if I was told that, it's just going to make me want to go harder. Because you can get in line with everybody else that's hating on me, honestly. To me, that's how I think about it. Like, you get in line with everybody else. Now, it might hit a little different because you my own fan.
Your blood,
and you
yeah.
really supposed to, like, support me the most. But for you to doubt on me, like, you really trash. Like, you really whack for that.
Okay.
Just saying.
Okay.
Anybody who would do that to their child or family in general, yeah, like, you really whack.
Because for me, it was like, when I saw you, like, okay, I played an instrument, I did dance. But I was always very overly conscious, afraid, had that fear, just dealing with certain things. So when I seen you do it, I'm telling you, no lie, Michaela, the first time I seen you, when I seen you in that dance show showcase, when you did the Andy routine,
Yes, ma'am.
Baby.
Yes, ma'am. That hard not life.
when I tell you, I was every bit of proud because I'm like, look at my baby killing it. And I would never have been able to do that at her age. Like, I just did not have that in me. And so, like, even with your music or whatever, I be trying to get you to rap, sing, so I can put it on Facebook because I just was not that brave. And so, my formula has always been to push you in the areas that I've seen you do, like your instrument. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm buying the instrument. Like, you know what I mean? You like, oh, well, you want to do music? I've always been like, let me push her in it, because something might catch. Now, see, your mama, I done told you the truth about everything. I had to figure my life out. I thought one minute I wanted to be a thug. I thought I was going to be down. Then I realized I couldn't be Bertha's.
Yes, ma'am.
Look, I don't look good in orange.
And
never did. You know what I'm talking about? God blessed me, saved my life a couple times. I was like, okay, well, you know what? I'm a bookworm. We shall read. So I went back to what I knew. One of the things that I've always been very open with you about is, Michaela, when you find your lane, stay in it. Like, if it's anything that your mama did, I stayed in my lane. And so that brings me to the subject of strife. I find that many times there is so much strife and contention in a mother-daughter relationship because we don't know our lane. Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm about to, Joe, thank you for the hand. My engineer is fire. Okay? Oh, yeah, I got to go down through there. It's strife because a lot of times a mother has unspoken dreams, right? Oh, yeah, we're going to talk about it. Get y'all tissue. Unspoken dreams, right? You have things that you desire. And here is your daughter who either is moving in it or doing something completely different. And so there's a strife that comes because you want to push her into what you couldn't do, what you didn't do, right? And you don't want to accept who she is, what she want to do. I know for myself, we had to go through that when you kind of broke away from dance. I was hurt. You hear me?
I don't think it was dance. I think it was, because I still dance, but I think it was more the fact that I didn't want to do praise dance.
Go ahead, speak up, baby.
I think it was the fact that I didn't want to do praise dance that
Okay.
she was just kind of like.
I was.
I think it was more to the church factor period that I just broke away. Like, no, I don't know what that's for me. I don't know if I can sit in the front row with the church lady hat and say amen. You know what I mean? Like, every now and again, I do have whole app, read my scripture of the day, screenshot the picture, watch my Bible video of the day, write my notes. I do that. But I mean, I don't think the church thing was for me. Mm-hmm. I feel like I wanted to get it on my own rather than have somebody teach it to me. Because I feel like if I could watch somebody else and take it on my own, like, I'm the type of person, like, I watch Joyce Myers on YouTube. Like, oh my gosh, I love Joyce Myers. Her and just write my little notes. That's good for me. But the whole church factor just wasn't good for me, because you keep staring that way and it's kind of scaring me. But stop, please. But yeah, that's that. Yeah.
I think what it was for me was, we are believers. You know what I'm saying? Like, we grew up, my mother is a pastor. She is a prayer warrior, a woman of God. And so that was in us. We was taught it. Mm-hmm. And that's the thing that has been my foundation. You know what I mean? For real. And so it has always been my heart to teach you the ways, because I know when I started to stray, I could call on the name. Now, listen, we ain't finna, Joe, pass the collection plate. I'm getting ready to go. Listen, I knew that, so for me, it has always been, I want to teach you the ways so that you will have a foundation. You know what I'm saying? So if there come a time, a place when mama ain't nowhere to be around, you know how to go for yourself. Like, that's important to me. But I think what turned the corner was when you was like, I'm not you. I'm not grandma.
I'm not.
And I'm like, you talking about somebody who was like, my heart broke. Because I'm like, what do you mean?
I mean, because I'm pretty sure when I said it, did I exactly say that? I don't remember.
That's what you
My
said.
mind is bad. But sometimes I think the way I was saying it was just that, like you said before, the gift is not hereditary. It's really not. Mm-hmm. Your child has to learn how to get it on their own. They have to learn it for themselves. maybe sometimes along the way you gotta teach them a little something, give them a little a little scoop, the boom boom. But you know, other than that, you can't really like just like you have to do this, you have to do that. You gonna hold a bag, you gonna learn how to pray. Like you gotta learn how to pray because how you gonna learn to pray for yourself? You know, you gotta learn how to pray. You gotta pray, Lord Jesus. But what I'm saying is like it's not always. It's not always, you know, gotta hold a bag, you know, gotta dance, you know. Not everybody calling gonna be the same, if that makes sense. Like maybe, let's put it like this. This is like the two things in the church that don't go hand in hand. Let's say it like this. You a usher, but your daughter wanna be a singer. Mm-hmm. Those don't go hand in hand to me. I'm just saying it like that. You can't push her to wanna be in the back and hand out the envelope.
The pamphlets? Okay.
Yes, ma'am. You can't push her in the back to make her want to hand out those. You cannot do that. He or she, you cannot do that. Let them get God the way they be able to get God. Like today and the day before, what's today? Friday. Thursday, we were talking about how are you able to learn? You know, notes or notes are is it easier for you to take notes or is it easier for you to draw to be able to learn, right? You draw this out, it's better for you to understand it. It's like that. You know what I mean? Like in church, maybe your calling or a God for you is to preach and teach the word. Mm-hmm. But for somebody else is to sing it.
Ooh.
If that makes sense.
Listen, I just want y'all to know. Michaela Inge. Listen.
Not the last name.
Remember that name. Because I promise you, y'all gonna hear it. This my baby, y'all. I got 3 kids, but Michaela has a special place in my heart. Listen, if you a mother, you know that you mother your children differently. You love them all the same, but each one of them needs something different. And when I tell you, this young lady amazes me because the way she articulates things sometimes really blows my mind. And I'm learning, I'm in a season of my motherhood where I'm learning to ask her different things more because it's important for me, like she said, to listen, to hear her voice. That's why I got her on the show tonight, y'all. That's why I got her on the show. And listen, for all of y'all who love Michaela, she's going to be coming back every month, every third Friday.
Yeah.
We're going to have her. We're going to have Michaela's Corner. She's going to be bringing, I don't know, music. We don't know, whatever it may be. She's going to come hit us every third Friday, so y'all get ready for that. Now, listen, we talking, how much time we got, Joe? Because we just chilling, we vibing in here. We got about 20 minutes. So we moved over to the topic of strife, and we talked about staying in your own lane, right? I'm understanding what my motherhood lane is. Even though it's important for us to have a friendship, for us to have banter, because listen, if you don't know me and my mama, and you catch us on the right time, you might be a little confused, like, that's her mama? Because me and my mama chills, baby. I'm trying to tell you, like, look, Pastor Wilk's so cool, and if you catch her on the right day, we just be chilling. We got that banter where we able to go back and forth. And I always wanted to have that with Michaela where we can have that banter, we can talk, we can flow, but I'm still her mother.
I think ours is different.
Go ahead.
I think ours is different.
I don't
think ours is talk. I think ours might be music. I'm not gonna lie, because we talk about music all the time. Like, yeah, that new Megan. You heard that new Megan? It's like, yeah.
Okay, we don't.
But I think like we just two different people. Maybe like on top topics, Indian like hot topics. It'll turn into a whole nother lesson.
Yes,
like it goes somewhere else. One. We talking about music. Next thing you know, we talking about what happened on the news. I don't know. Who knows? Mm-hmm. But it just, I think ours is different. I
think it's pop culture, current events.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, but it's been important for me to have that. I'm learning the lanes. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I think one of the things that I want to get better at, and we're going to talk about this, and then we'll segue to shame. One of the things that I always wanted to have with you, I wanted to be clear, is that I want to be able to hear you, right, as your mother. So you talked about boundaries, right? Mm-hmm. So there's a certain level of boundary that a daughter has to understand that comes with respect. When we talk about this, you know, we got to get into it, babe. Don't look down. We got to get into it. So it's so funny because me and my baby mama was talking. Shout out to Kalia Cameron. as Michaela's godmother, my baby mama, I love her dearly. We were talking about another subject, and she was like, but you know what, Kim? A person not going to be able to hear that. It's the way that it was said. You can't hear that. And so I thought about that as it relates to our relationship. And I was like, man, okay, there are different things that you want to say, but I'm not able to hear you because you got to remember the boundary of respect and the level of authority. It's not to usurp you to say, you do what I tell you, I'm your mama. It's to say, I have this level of authority over you, I'm your mom. So if it's something you want to say to me, you can't say it in a heated moment. You gonna have to bring that thing back around when I'm washing dishes chilling. I'm being 100.
No, that's even worse, Mom.
No, I'm just saying you.
No, but think about
Okay,
it.
talk about
because,
it.
like, let me say it like this, right? Your mama in a good mood, right? You gonna break up a heated conversation. Like, you gonna break up a conversation that y'all had when y'all was heated. You gonna bring it back around. She about to be like, I don't want to hear it. Go to bed. Like, that's like, no lie. You might not think that you don't be like that, but you be like that.
I be like that?
You be like
Okay.
that. Like, no cap, you be like
I'm
that.
going to give you that.
Give
I
it
ain't
to
gonna
me,
cap on my
please.
show.
Please, give it to
Okay.
me, please. That's how you be. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, it's been times before I just be like, I don't even come back around. I'm gonna just say it right then and there. I don't know, because to me it's just like, if I try to come back around with it, I'm gonna forget what I was trying to say. I'm gonna mess around and say sorry, and I don't mean it. You know what I mean? So it's not the case. I just gotta say it right then and there, because if I don't, I'm gonna forget. Because I'm going to forget. Like, I swear, I'm literally going to forget.
But I guess the point is to understand, listen, I want to hear you, but it's a way that has to be done.
True.
You know what I'm saying? And that's not just only for you. That's for me, too. Listen, we on a Real Conversation with Kim Brown show. I got to tell the truth, y'all. I'm learning. I got to be very careful with my words. And I haven't always been good with that. So let me take the moment. Give me some hands, Joe. Got my towel. Shout out to my baby mama.
Just let it go.
I want to apologize to my baby girl. Not my baby girl, but my oldest daughter. On my platform. Because, see, what we doing is we annihilating generational curses. This is what got to be done, moms. We have to esteem them. And where we may have tore down and damaged, we got to restore. Come on, y'all. We got to. Listen.
But, you know.
You gonna take this one, sus.
Wait, no, I'm not trying to decline it. But just because she said sorry, she tell you how to say sorry. Don't be trying to go back right there and say sorry. Just make sure you saying sorry at a respectable and reasonable time and that you mean it. Don't be trying to say sorry. She telling you how to say sorry. You don't do something because somebody tell you to do it. You need to do it because you want to do it. You need to do it because it has meaning behind it. Big facts, no lies. Just saying.
That's why she on the show.
Just saying. Just saying.
That's why she only listen. I want y'all to know this my baby. Listen, Michaela, I apologize to you for every word that I said that ever hurt you. Okay? I apologize for any time that I take my anger out on you that you didn't deserve. I want you to forgive me for allowing you to suffer through situations that you didn't cause. I want you to forgive me for allowing you or not protecting you in situations where I should have and I didn't make better decisions. I want you to know as your mother that I love you deep. And it is my desire to make better choices as we go move forward and to not only keep God at the head of our life, but to do better by you, your sister, and your brother. Please forgive me. I love you. And I want you to understand that y'all three, my M&Ms, R.I.P. to Morgan, y'all are my purpose. I love y'all. And you, I want you to understand, you hold the keys to the legacy. And it is going to be you that teach your brothers and sisters and help them understand even more of everything that I taught you. I love you. And don't you ever forget that. Listen. Moms, I'm trying to tell you, I'm getting free. What did I tell them last week, Joe? F-R-E-E. I said it. I gotta be free. And so do you. Listen, moms, I want you to take every subject that we've raised tonight. We talked about guilt. We got into shame. No, we didn't. We got into competition. We talked about envy and strife. Michaela talked about listening, and she talked about boundaries. Now, I'm going to segue a little bit into shame. Shame is one of those things that kind of hovers over a mother-daughter relationship. Because what happens is when we make decisions that our daughters witness, we try to cover that shame. When in reality, it's important for them to see us move through it. I'm about to come. I know you waiting, sis. I'm coming. It's important for your daughter to see you move through the shame. And what does that mean? If I made a mistake, I'm going to apologize. I'm going to acknowledge the error. If there's something that I did wrong to damage you or to hurt you, not only do I have to acknowledge it, I got to restore what was wrong. If there was anything that has been done that you feel has been intentional, I have to acknowledge that too.